You can now get banned for your Minecraft skin or username. Hello there, Ray here. We have a new snapshot for 1.20.2, which includes some controversial changes, a complete rework on how mobs can attack, and much more, so double check that you're still subscribed and leave a like, and let's get into it all. Over 1 year ago, they introduced so you can actually report and ban players based off of things they said in the chat. But they now added it so you can also report player skins and names using the same feature. They said they did this to protect the online safety of their players, as well as to align the player safety features between Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. They go on to say that Minecraft should be inclusive and safe experience for everyone. So they introduced that you can report for skins as well as usernames that violate the community standards in Java Edition. Besides the report categories that they had before, they also added in a new one that was in Bedrock Edition but wasn't in Java Edition. This is sexually inappropriate, which refers to messages, skins, and usernames that are graphic in nature or related to sexual acts, sexual organs, or sexual violence, although this new one doesn't actually show up on the report category page. Now, one of the new ones they also added in was a category that just says, I want to report them. I'm annoyed with them. They have done something I do not like. And in this screen, you can also see the actual skin that you're trying to report, and you can write in some details to explain what happened. For the player username, they show exactly what username you are reporting, and then they want you to share some details that will help them make an informed decision. So what type of skins and usernames could be affected by this change? Well, it's based off their community standards, so their values are Minecraft for everyone, diversity powers our community, playing with others should be safe and exclusive, and hate has no place here. It goes on to clarify that they want people to be their authentic selves when building, crafting, and creating, so that's a community enjoyed by all. It clarifies, it says when expressing your opinions, please be polite and respectful, and don't blow up like a creeper. They also clarify that they have a zero tolerance policy towards hate speech, terrorism, violence, extremist content, bullying, harassment, sexual solicitation, fraud, and threatening others. They continue to emphasize that although they enjoy people making mod skins, builds, and realms and packs and other things using Minecraft, they don't permit any content that portrays hate, extreme bias, or encourages illegal activity. Fraud is also not allowed where there is a deception or misrepresentation for personal or financial gain. So by the information provided us in the community standards, we don't know exactly what type of skins and usernames will be targeted. But out of the two, probably usernames is easier for them to detect if it breaks one of their rules. Like if a username was kill all purple people eaters, that could probably fall under threatening others. But what about a username that's something like I hate dream? Would that be considered bullying and harassment? Or if a username said, you should buy this type of Bitcoin, would that be considered fraud? These are tough questions that have to be answered. Would having a skin of your character wearing a military outfit of a communist country be considered extremist content? So I'm currently on Name MC, which also has Minecraft skins, and trending for the last week, we got a bunch of different skins. So with the new sexual inappropriate applying to skins, does that mean swimwear skins would now be no longer allowed? Well, we're not sure, but it could apply. You can see there's another one here. There's also the almost completely nude skins, as well as people making completely nude skins. There's also skins that are related to like horror, but they have a lot of blood and guts on them, which could be seen as violence. Maybe a specific historical event was very traumatizing to you. Does that mean that those skins should be banned? What if you're part of a role-playing server and you're role-playing something that could fall underneath of one of these rules? Like role-playing being a mean prisoner, you could violate the chat messages by saying mean things in chat. You could even violate your username if you got really into your character, or even the Minecraft skin. I used to administrate an online role-playing community, and some people would really get into character. They do reassure us that just like the chat reporting, when it comes to reports that come from skins and usernames, they will be manually reviewed by a team of trained Minecraft moderators who will see if the skins or names will break the community standards. So what happens if a username or skin is actually found to be in violation of their standards? Well, the skin or name will no longer be able to be used by any player. Of course, a player who had the skin and was reported will also get suspended from playing for a duration of time depending on the severity and how often they've broken past rules. In extreme cases, they will be permanently banned from playing. So what will happen for other people that have this skin when it gets banned? Their skins will also be removed. They will be notified this when launching the game up and will be automatically assigned one of the Minecraft default skins. Now they can continue to keep playing multiplayer as well as single player, and they can still choose to select a new custom skin. Now when it comes to usernames, if a player gets username banned, they'll have to choose a new name. They will also be notified of this when launching up the game, and they will not be able to play online until they get their name changed, but they can still play single player. Now typically you can't change your name for 30 days, but if your username gets removed, then you are able to get a new username. Now this does bring up some concern because in other games, when the game started blocking certain types of usernames, it actually causes those type of usernames to be considered rare, and then they become actually collectibles where people actually seek to get those type of names. And oftentimes the only people that have those names are people that played prior to certain rules being enforced onto the game. So it's actually common for people to actually make these names specifically so that they could have a rare name when these type of enforcements are applied. Now in this Minecraft case, it would seem that you would have to just avoid playing a multiplayer server so you never get reported and have it removed. But you'll probably see this start popping up now. So if a particular Minecraft skin gets banned, so anyone with a similar pixel layout would also have their skin being removed. But this probably wouldn't stop anybody from just changing a pixel and then now it's a different skin. This same type of mindset could also apply to usernames where you just alter your username a little bit so it might not be as recognizable as an offensive name. We often see this in other games where people start switching out letters with numbers. Though they did say multiple suspensions on the same account would eventually get you banned. So if you try to bypass the system, they will eventually catch up with you because your account will get reported again and it will eventually cause your account to get banned. If the person who's got reported has a history of offenses, then the moderator will probably suspend the account from online play. And that way it doesn't matter what username he picks next or what skin he picks next, it won't be able to affect others. Or they may choose to just completely ban the skin as well as username globally. But they did give us a process to appeal usernames as well as skins, as well as accounts that you think might have been incorrectly banned. So you're probably aware that my main account is called Raisin Game, but the only other account that I own is actually called Ilt. It just happens to be that my character name, which is just a short name, actually means something in a different language. It means oxygen in the language of Danish. So it's possible that people have random character names might actually mean something in a different language, and even possibly something offensive. So usernames could get removed without people really understanding why. Although the standards page doesn't give us much information, over here where they have more about the player reporting, it goes a bit more detail in the actual categories where you would have to click on when reporting a player. Such as like under the drugs and alcohol category, it says you can report somebody for encouraging someone to partake in illegal drugs. But as we know, illegal drugs is different from country to country and even state to state. What if you have a Minecraft name related to taking some type of drug? It's possible for that name to get removed, though it seems unlikely. Now that also could mean that people can actually get reported and get their name removed for impersonating somebody. So what if your name is like The Real Dream? Could that be considered as impersonation and that name being removed from the game entirely? People have tried impersonating me using the Minecraft usernames like RayzWorks and related ones. So maybe if it's associated with a chat context where someone's trying to impersonate me, maybe they could actually get the name removed entirely so no one can actually get it. What do you think about these changes and how they will be enforced? Now just because somebody gets reported doesn't mean that they're going to get suspended or banned. Instead, for this to occur, the Minecraft moderator would have to find the contents of the report to be objectively offensive or harmful or break the community standards before they take action. So it might be reassuring that every ban is only done after a human moderator reviews it. But keep in mind, my video was removed from YouTube and was supposedly reviewed by humans, not only on the Mojang side, but also on the YouTube side. And yet it was still falsely taken down. Because of this, I don't have much confidence in them saying that it's human reviewed. Sure, ultimately a human might push the final button, but he might not actually look very deep into each situation. Now, how Minecraft decides to enforce the reporting is going to determine a lot about what type of things will get banned. Same thing actually applies to the updated Eula about how Minecraft intends for the players to use their game. I talked about this last week, how it contains some pretty scary things like how they can change up the rules at any moment, how they're not cool with names of Minecraft related things that have the word Minecraft in the beginning of it, how they consider things that are provided for free as actual commercial use, and they're more restricted on how you can use their image. And if you would happen to have the Minecraft in your name, then they can actually restrict what type of ads play on your content. But the one that a lot of YouTubers were concerned about is this part here, where they say you have to have the entire video posted onto YouTube if you're making money through ad revenue. This means no paywalls or other charge to view the video. This would mean giving special behind the scene access to the video process would not be allowed. But after this concern was brought up to Minecraft, they did come back with an explanation saying that this was mostly just going to be enforced towards more television and mainstream media. And their goal with this entire thing isn't really to police and make sure every single one of these rules is followed all the time, but instead to only bring these rules and enforce them when different areas become problematic. Although this might be reassuring for content creators, this same type of problem actually occurs in the United States, where it's illegal to have marijuana at the federal level, but in some states it's legal to have it. But because the federal level decided they're taking more of a leniency on it, despite what the law says, people become relaxed thinking it's okay. But then just out of the blue, the federal will come in and decide to actually enforce the laws and actually put people in prison. So even though Minecraft might not be enforcing all of these all the time, these are the actual rules which they'll go back to whenever something comes up. So if there's a content creator that they really want to get rid of, they can just say, hey, this is the rules and you broke them, and now we can strike your YouTube channel and remove you from the internet. There's also parts that prevent people from doing Minecraft related events in real life. Minecraft servers must make it clear that they're not the official Minecraft. You can't have anything that looks like a Minecraft cape. All servers must be appropriate for all ages. You can't sell more than 20 products of something that looks like theirs, such as like a Steve head. And you can't make more than 5,000 USD in 1 year for anything that's related to their assets. A lot of this is really restricting, especially for people that are out there trying to make content related to Minecraft. That's one reason why Minecraft blew up, is because it was so open for people to make it whatever type of game they wanted to, as it was just like a sandbox. Those same freedoms that made Minecraft so popular are now being restricted, and it makes it less likely for content creators to even make content about it, so therefore less people will know about it, and it could cause the game to lose traction over time, especially if any of these started getting enforced heavily. I'd love to know what you guys think about this. If you've ever made content for Minecraft, even if you made it for free, you're actually restricted by this on how you can make content, which is pretty crazy. Because like in the past, when you buy like a board game, you could change the board game however you want it and play the game however you wanted. Once you bought it, it was yours. But now with these type of Minecraft online games, they actually are restricting what you can do with their game even after you have purchased it, which is a bit of a weird thing to think about, but they're trying to uphold their brand image. Ultimately, if they didn't say it's okay, they don't want you to do it, which means your creative abilities are limited by this document. But we also have a bunch of other changes that came out with this snapshot, so let's look at those. You guys ever had it in some cases where a mob would seem to be able to hit you through a wall despite there being a large distance between you and the mob? Well, this attacking system was completely overhauled. So now they only will be able to attack things that are at the same height as them. So here I am just slightly above the iron golem. And you can see it's not able to hit me even though it's mad at me. Same thing applies if you're under the mob. Here I'm just slightly under the iron golem and it still can't hit me. So if you're riding something like a horse, that means baby zombies or small mobs won't be able to attack you on top of the horse, and tall mobs like camels will protect you from mobs like zombies. Ravagers will no longer be able to attack you, even though there's just one block between you. But that does mean Enderman can actually attack you if you're only 2 blocks up. You now have to be 3 blocks tall for them to not reach you. But it also means that mobs can attack you even if just a little bit of their feet is at the same height as you. So double check your hostile mobs to make sure they can't attack you or other things. In this case here, you can see zombies not able to actually attack the villager because they can't actually see the villager's head. But if I would remove the slab here, it can now see it, and now that it's at the same height of it, it can attack it as well. So keep this in mind when you have villagers and zombies, how they can easily attack through corners if they're at the same height and can see them. So make sure you fill in any corners so the zombies can't get close to the villagers. Now this doesn't affect the reach for the player attacking. So the reason they added in this new system, so it would make more sense. People could easily figure out when mobs would attack them versus when they couldn't. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's going to cause any unintentional problems? They change how you can access the different types of F3 menus. So before you would have to hold like Alt and press F3 to see different things. But now you have to do F3 plus a number. So F3 plus 1 gets you that pie chart. F3 and 2 gives you both the frames per second and TPS. F3 plus 3 on the keyboard will give you access to the bandwidth and ping. I suppose they did this so that way they can add more different types of F3s in the future without running out of different buttons. And also it's kind of annoying that you had to hold shift, which also makes you normally crouch. Now in your accessibility settings, you can come in here and turn on if you want to accidentally press Ctrl B, which turns on the narrator. And I often accidentally do this, so I will turn it off. Data Packs also got a change where they added in a new decal for armor trims. Now eating chorus fruit while falling wouldn't actually remove the fall damage once you hit the ground. That was a bug, so now they added in, so if you do this, you'll actually not take fall damage, similar to like having an ender pearl land. Now I showed a lot of cool renaming tricks that you can do using anvils in this video here, and one of them is that you could take the different types of containers, rename them, and then when placing these down and breaking them, their NBT tag changes. So before our dispensers had 2 NBT tags, but now the new one that we just broke off the ground has 1, and therefore they don't stack. Now this one's fixed in the newest version, but there's other ones that you can still do, which I'll have that video linked below. And a similar bug was fixed where you could come in here and just remove the characters that you had before. This should give you the default name of whatever item you put in here. It doesn't have to be a container, but then you can see it doesn't even stack with the normal item, despite them having the exact same names, but one of them has the NBT tags. So be sure to collect some of these cool NBT items before updating to 1.20.2. When using the crafting recipe, you can normally have it find normal bows and make the dispensers, but if you have any other type of bow, like enchanted ones, it won't find the dispensing recipe. And even bows that seem normal, but come from cleaning them off inside of a grindstone, still have a lot of the data related to the bow and weren't being found inside the recipe. Though you could manually put these in to get to work, they now fix this so that the game should find these bows with different types of NBT tags. Bees will now be able to get pollen from the spore blossom as well as the chorus flower. Skulk sensors will now be able to actually detect when players remove equipment just as if they were equipping it. Having trim on chain helmets wasn't showing up till they added it in. When giving armor trims a second layer, you can do some pretty cool stuff with that, but in the last snapshot they actually broke this, so they fixed it so it's back again. They also fixed several sound issues, made them related to different blocks which are made out of certain types of woods or stones were producing the wrong type of noise. They also add in an experimental feature into the launcher. You come down here to where it says experimental features. If you checkmark this, enable experimental quick play feature for Minecraft Java Edition. Then you go back up to the Minecraft Java Edition, in the top right hand corner, you can actually see the quick play symbol over here where you can actually immediately click on these worlds and actually launch these worlds directly without having to go through the normal Minecraft game menu here. And you can also change some of their settings, like change what image you want to illustrate which game. You can also pin the bar or show the title initial. It also tells you what version you'd be running this in. It'd be in the latest snapshot. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Just click on it. It explains how it's going to launch the game immediately. And let's go ahead and click play. And you can see it's loading up the game, but it immediately launches you into that specific game that you clicked on, rather than taking you to the menu. So if you're always playing a certain single player world or multiplayer world, you can easily hop in without having to click through all the menus. Join me in testing out the new changes to mobs attacking over at my live streams, which are every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks to my supporters who make these videos possible. You can get your name up there through Twitch sub, Patreon, or Discord subscription. Thanks for over 14 years worth of support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!